has announced he's going to build a wall. It amazes me. They thought he wouldn't follow through on his #1 campaign promise. Well, political analyst Adryana Boyne joins me now. Adryana, it's a great pleasure to have you on the program.
Thank you, Grant. Nice to be with you.
So are you, like me, amazed that those on the left are in shock that Donald Trump is actually going through with his promise?
Well, not as much as amazed. I think that the people knew that he was very clear during his campaign that he was planning to do the wall. I guess that the main question that the people have is who is going to pay for the wall, what will really literally be a physical wall, and what will be some other sort of diligence like boots on the ground, more radars or other type of stuff, because it's a very complicated and long border. But I think that everyone should have been expecting that he will fulfill that promise.
So we're looking at video now of a fence that I hope is not the fence we built. It was a chain link fence with some barbed wire on top. What needs to be built is a concrete wall, double layered, like we see on the border in San Diego, and really the same border wall that's in Israel. Those border walls have been shown to work. 90% of apprehensions are down when walls like that are built, big, giant walls. You have to couple it with boots on the ground and cameras. You said the question is who's going to pay for it. Donald Trump says Mexico is going to pay for it. Your reaction to that?
Well, actually, that what has been told, what he said on the interview, in the recent interview, was that as soon as we can, but the U.S. taxpayers will foot the bill initially, but Mexico will eventually provide reimbursement funds. He was clearly about that. So in other words, he's saying, we are going to pay for the wall, and then he's going to charge it to Mexico. Those were the words of President Trump yesterday.
Do you know, obviously, I know you do a lot of reporting on this, talk to a lot of those in the Hispanic community. What is the reaction from those in the Hispanic community here in the United States and in Mexico on the prospect of this wall, and that he's going to force ultimately for Mexico to pay for it?
Well, it's all types of reactions for us, to be honest with you, because certainly the security of a country, and every country is sovereign and they can do whatever they want. And to set a wall, as I explained to you, to the whole border is going to be not realistic, just because there is parts that there is a lot of water, there are parts that there are mountains and it's difficult. They have to put other sort of protection. Certainly has to be protected, but I guess that the important thing is that we are making clear that we're not going to allow any more illegal immigration in the country, and that the people who want to come, they need to do it according to the rule of law. But at the same time, the Mexican people, which, as you know, President Peña Nieto is coming next week to Washington, D.C. to speak about this issue. They need to know that it's just part of just defining borders. Now, we are in Mexico very aware that people can do tunnels to go underneath, and they can do whatever it is. The important thing here is that the wall is important because it's a physical barrier, but also the immigration system in the United States, it is broken. Republicans and conservatives, we know that it's broken. It has to be fixed, and it has to include some sort of guest worker program. So people who want to come to the United States to certain types of jobs, they need to do it legally, coming and leaving according to whatever visa program they may have. So they're going to have to do all this in piecemeals. The border is one thing. The dreamers, the kids who have the DACA executive action from Obama, is another thing. The wall is another thing. There are different issues that they need to be discussed, but certainly the Mexican people have to understand that that's part of what we are doing, just to make clear that there is a boundary between us.
You know, all of that starts, though, with the wall, because none of that works unless you stop the flow of immigration, illegal immigration from the southern border. I've said the ultimate goal should be to secure the border and then make it very, very easy for good people to come here, where it doesn't take you years to get here, because the incentive then is not to wait years to come to America, but sneak in. Am I wrong?
That's exactly right. But if you remember, many years ago, before you and I were born, there was a Bracero program that was instituted in the United States. It's incredible that it was L.B. Johnson, a Democrat president, who get rid of that system. And when we had that type of visa, we didn't have this problem. We got rid of that type of visa, and that's when we start getting all these flood of people coming. And I would like to clarify, because as someone who comes from Mexico, to let you know that the people that they come to the United States, even though they come through the Mexican border, they are not only Mexicans. They are from Central America, they're from South America, they're from other countries in the world. They just use the Mexican border to come through.
Yes, it is a very good point as well. And as well, we've seen also Arab terrorists coming through, and we've had some proof of that we talk about on the show as well. Hey, Adryana Boyne, it is a great pleasure to have you on the program. I hope we get to see you again soon.
Thank you very much.
All right, thanks.